votes 138 to 0 to kick a bunch of pedophiles out of our state. And the Senate gets down on their knees and licks their boots.
I want to talk to you about treachery, about treason, about abuse of power, and the authoritarian control grid that is destroying our constitutional republic. On May 24, 2011, the U.S. Attorney sent a threatening letter to the Texas State House informing the Texas Senate that if they passed the bill that had been unanimously passed by the House, 138 to 0, blocking TSA from violating state and federal law, groping men, women, and children's genitals, including Miss America, who was violated in Dallas, that if they did their duty, their job, and followed common sense and the Constitution and stopped this molestation that was going on and is still ongoing, that the feds would blockade all air travel in and out of Texas, the second most populous state in the nation, with mega cities like Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. They said, if you try to stop our TSA agents from actually sticking their hands in people's pants, not just grabbing their genitals on the outside and running their hands down into the crease of people's rear end. Can't believe I even have to talk about this in America, this extreme power grab, that if they tried to enforce the law in this state, that the feds would create a no-fly zone over the state of Texas, a blockade, an act of war. Well, the Texas House said, fine, we don't care. We've passed the bill. We're doing the right thing. Don't mess with Texas. Let's have this confrontation. Let's call your bluff. Now, in the Senate, of 31 senators in the Texas Senate, they had 30 of the 31, a supermajority. Governor Perry claimed he was going to sign it. Well, his crony, David Dewhurst, with a long history in the CIA and coups in Latin America, Klaus Barbie, the Nazi. I mean, you can't make stuff up like this. David Dewhurst, under Justice Department orders, with federal lobbyists violating Texas ethics rules, went on the floor of the House and threatened the members into removing their yes vote. And so the bill was pulled. And we now know about this because of State Senator Dan Patrick of Houston going public in the San Antonio Express News, the Austin American Statesman, the Houston Chronicle, and saying that Dewhurst did not want this information to get out. He didn't want his fingerprints on it, but everybody witnessed it, that he twisted arms and helped expand the threat of a federal blockade or a no-fly zone over Texas that the Justice Department brazenly issued, which is an act of war under international law. That's what they're doing to Gaddafi right now in Libya. They said no air traffic in or out of Texas. And instead of the Senate going forward and calling the feds bluff, David Dewhurst twisted arms and ensured that the bill died. Well, we got word of this. There was still time to try to get the bill back on the Senate floor. I called spontaneously in the last hour of my radio show on Wednesday, May 25th, for folks to get in their cars, to get down to the Texas Capitol, and to go in there and to confront these federal minions that are trying by stealth to allow the TSA to continue their activities. Dewhurst did not want anyone to know that he was the one that killed this legislation. Not only is he for the groping and the federal domination, but he doesn't want you to know that because he understands how incredibly unpopular these TSA rape down, grope downs are. This is absolutely outrageous. And everyone needs to remember that as Dewhurst prepares to run for Kay Bailey Hutchinson's Senate seat, that we need a real constitutionalist, a real patriot, and not some corrupt rhino. It shows you how much the establishment Republicans love the police state, and they want to break the will of the American people along with their socialist communist cohorts in the Obama administration. David Dewhurst needs to go ahead and join with Obama and join with the neocons and stop acting like he's a patriot. His political career is now going down in flames. Many political watchers have now pointed out. If you think it destroyed Newt Gingrich's career as a so-called conservative to come out against Congressman Ryan's budget and call it extreme, If you think it's endangering Mitt Romney that he's the author of the Massachusetts socialist health care bill that became the federal model, if you think these rhinos are becoming an endangered species in politics, you're absolutely right. And Dewhurst has shown us exactly who he is. So he may have won this battle against Texas, but he's going to lose the war. Now, here's what happened down at the Capitol when the people came out to let their servants know they were fully aware of the treason they were engaged in.
Well, nice little spontaneous group of people that don't want a bunch of federal brown shirts. Folks, you're going to go in and tell those senators to follow the will of a unanimous vote of the House. Let them block our airports. Let them set up a criminal federal blockade of Texas. It's time these foreign banks that have hijacked our state understand this is only the beginning. It's time they understand the control freak parasites have gone too far. 25 states are moving to block the federal brown shirt pervert force that now is invading public schools. I don't need a megaphone to expose the tyranny of that cowardly Senate. And we'll take those House members and we'll kick out every one of those senators and we'll put them in. Well, everybody, let's go together. Let's go in and talk to them. That's what we're here for. It doesn't matter. We're going in there and letting them know we were there. Come on, let's go. We got to go through their little baby pervert TSA system. This is how they break you. In 2 years, they'll be sticking your hands down your pants if we don't stop them at this Capitol. Slave entrance right here. It's all about making you feel like you're a criminal. This is the TSA right here. The TSA that got Mohammed Muttalib on the plane in the Netherlands. Oh, I gotta be searched. I need to come into the concentration camp. Everybody's trying to TSA brown shirt, TSA brown shirt, TSA brown shirt, TSA brown shirt. Feds out, feds out, feds out, feds out, feds out, feds out. Government people and approved upper-level slaves only have to come in and wave their card. The government overlords, they get to come in. They're exempt from having to come through. And see, this is what they're planning. They train you to go through all this and get angry, then everybody gets one of these ID systems to be able to even come in. So it's a two-tiered. This is real discrimination. What you're witnessing right there is real. Show it, Aaron. That's real discrimination. Trusted travelers. That's what the hands down the pants are about, is to make you accept biometrics to be able to do anything. Then in the future, everybody gets the card, but then they do the groping as well. We have to exercise this freedom to let them know they're our servants or we will lose it. Because in every case in history, there are always criminals that get control of government and try to train you that they dominate you. And there's no doubt that's happening today. This place is infested with parasites. This place is infested with offshore lobbyists. Anyone in this Texas Senate that does not on record say they will vote to kick the feds out of here and force their blockade, call their hand, is an enemy of the Republic. We're invading a den of iniquity.
Uphold the Constitution.
Uphold the Constitution.
Support the Bill of Rights. Support our rights.
Oh, everybody else is letting them. We're discriminated against?
This is our capital.
Criminals! 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 week, the will of the people told you to kick the federal perverts out of Texas and their seizure of the entire infrastructure. You, thanks to Kirk Watson, the Slimeberg, have engaged in servile treason.
Why all the noise?
Why all the noise? Unanimously, this state, the people's representatives in the House, voted to kick the TSA out, who's violating every law under the sun, sticking their hands down people's pants, groping the children of members of the U.S. Capitol. Kirk Watson and some of the federal pimps came in here and said they'll have a federal embargo like we're Libya on our aircraft. Good! Pull the scallywag New World Order trash out. The federal government has stolen $27 trillion. This country's going down into a third world nation. And there are other states fighting. And if these senators don't do their job or they cower, we'll replace every one of them.
Study the Bill of Rights, uphold the Constitution. The people are coming.
Let's all go in here and talk to the Lieutenant Governor.
Have you got a bottle of water right there?
I wish I did.
Hey.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Pretty good. Why? What's going on? You looking for somebody?
Yeah, I'm Alex Jones. How you doing?
Don Green, good to see you.
Hey, we're just here to let the Lieutenant Governor Dewhurst know that we really want them to go ahead and call the feds bluff and have them try to impose that act of war blockade under international
Might want to go
law.
up to the second floor.
How come they keep on leaving?
They won't let us even into the gallery or any other area.
Really?
No.
Why don't we have the right to be in the
Would you like to show us?
Well, no, they just blocked us by
is the
force.
people's house.
Kind of like the TSA sticks their hands up. But this is his staff office, so we just thought we'd talk to you, so you can give them a message.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, it violates federal and state law to have people groping small children or putting their fingers inside the vagina of Miss America. Obviously, that's not freedom. That's North Korea. And she was crying after it happened. You've had members of the House, children being groped, travels down by tens of billions a year, the hotel associations have said. And this is a federal blockade of all major infrastructure. TSA is announcing under federal ruling, they're going to now be overseeing proms in New Mexico and other areas. Have you heard about that?
No.
They've announced they're going to be on highways, ports, railway stations, bus stations. They're seizing the entire infrastructure. The federal government has, as you know, gone into receivership to foreign offshore banks. $27 trillion has been stolen, according to Bloomberg. So this is soft martial law. And we want the Lieutenant Governor to understand that you have a unanimous vote in the House, and that in special session or today or at the soonest possible time, they need to move to go ahead and pass this and have the confrontation with the out-of-control federal government. Because if we'll put up with them sexually assaulting Miss America and taking the diapers off one-year-old babies, we'll put up with anything. I know we haven't entered the twilight zone completely because the House voted unanimously, but the Senate bowed down. And I was told that Senator Watson was maneuvering around involved in this. Do you know what?
I don't know anything about that. I don't work on any of those issues.
Yeah. But you can tell the Lieutenant Governor this for us.
Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.